Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Kind of took last week off from posting just because I was more focused on preparing for Worlds and trying to get focused up and kind of in the right mindset for that tournament. It went pretty good overall. I ended up getting 15th place, which is solid. Made lead card for round 4, so that was pretty sick. But I also did the distance competition like the Saturday before the tournament, and I got 3rd place. Unfortunately, did not win it, but I was only 7 feet short of what Garrett threw, and I got 679 feet. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to compare like that throw, like a max distance shot, to like a normal traditional, like, you know, accurate golf distance shot. So I've got a couple clips. I'm going to compare them and just talk about kind of the differences that I see and what goes into like a max distance shot over just like a controlled power shot. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. Alright, so I've just got a couple clips, and I'm going to compare, like I said. These are not my clips, so the one on the left I just took from a GK Pro video. This was round 3 at Worlds, just one of the holes that I threw like a controlled distance shot on. I think it was like 530 feet maybe. Kind of poked it, but we won't talk about that. And then the one on the right is from the distance competition. The PDGA actually took this for their Instagram, and then were able to send it to me. So definitely not my footage, but definitely I recommend watching the GK Pro footage as well if you guys have not seen that. They do a really good job, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So with that being said, oh, I should also say the conditions. So if you look on the right side there, the max distance shot, that's just in a golf driving range, so no downhill or uphill or anything, just pretty level. And we did have a little bit of wind that day, maybe 7 miles an hour left to right. Not really helping a whole lot, but definitely enough to kind of keep the ante in the air a little bit longer. But it wasn't like crazy windy or anything, so we will get into that in a little bit as well. But with that being said, let's just jump right into the actual throws. See what I notice. 1.5 birdie skip. Quick, under 1. Slow motion, obviously. Everything looks better on slow motion. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Oh. Alright, so the first thing, this is a big one. And the first thing that I notice, and this is something that's actually going to give you a lot more control and accuracy, as well as just kind of easy power. As you can see on that left screen, I'm actually wearing a visor. And that just really gets you in the mode and focused and ready to bomb shots. No, I'm kidding. Okay. So, no, but visor gang, baby. One of the first things I do notice, though, is just kind of the length of the run-up and the speed of the run-up. So, as you can see on this right side, I'm starting way, way further back, away from the actual, like, hit point. I'm doing, like, an actual, like, I start running. I'm running, and then I do the X step, and then plant and whatever. Whereas the left side is basically just, it's a few steps. It's just I'm walking, not a whole lot of speed in it. And I feel like that gives me a lot more control, but not quite as much power. Because really with a max distance shot, you want to get the disc going as fast as possible. And one way to help do that is to run up faster and get some miles per hour into the throw that way. Another thing that I notice on that run up is just I feel like I'm a lot more like bouncy and kind of light on that max distance shot. As you can see, like on the left side, this first step right here, right before the X step, I actually land heel first. I'm not sure why I do this. I've seen other people, I think most people do toe first, but on the max distance shot, I'm actually on my toes the whole time. So my toe hits first, X step still on my toes, just super bouncy and light. And I think that just helps with speed as well. You know, when you're trying to get something moving fast, you want it to be really light. If you try to throw a soft, if you try to throw a medicine ball, you know, it's like 10 pounds. It's really heavy. You can't throw it as hard. While you throw something super light like a baseball, it's way easier to propel it. So I think it's the same kind of principle here. I'm a lot more light and kind of bouncy on that right side, and kind of just more like floating through the throw, as you know, rather than being like really deliberate with my footwork. So that's another thing that I notice. I also notice that I get more rotation in my max distance shot, and I also rotate sooner. I rotate back sooner. So as you can see, like already right here. So when that false foot hits on the left side, that controlled shot, my hips are still pretty much perpendicular in line with the basket, not really rotated back much. Whereas the max distance shot, I'm already rotating back. I'm already getting my body away from the target to be able to get that reach back extended and then propel into the shot even more. So then as I reach back, you can also see my reach back. You can see on the controlled shot, my reach back is pretty much 90 degrees as far as my shoulders and back kind of pointing at the target. Whereas the max distance shot, I'm more rotated away. This angle in my shoulder is more than 90 degrees, so I can keep the disc on the line, but still rotate my shoulders back more. And you know, obviously the wider we can get, the tighter we can get, and then the more explosive we can be. So that's another thing that I notice. Yeah, and then another thing, then this kind of goes back to like the bouncy nature, and like elasticity of the max distance shot. I feel like I'm a lot more like, I feel like I get a lot like taller, and then I compress, and then I get taller again and explode. Let's see if I can kind of explain that better. So right here, I'm basically, so on the right side there, I don't think any part of me is touching the ground. I'm actually above the ground a little bit. I'm very extended. I'm spread out, and then I compress down. I'm pushing into the ground. When I get to here, I went from tall and wide to more compressed, and then that allows me to push off the ground, plant into the ground really firmly, push off of that, explode back up into the throw, extend again. Whereas the left side, I feel like I'm more even the whole way. So, you know, I think that kind of goes back to just like the rubber band thing. If you can be stretchy and then compress, then stretch, that's going to be more explosive than trying to just be compressed the whole time. And then the follow through as well. The follow through is a big one as well. Obviously, with more speed and more rotation, more power, you've got to let that go. And I feel like on that right side, my follow through is a lot more pronounced. I rotate around completely. That left leg swings around and ends up off the tee box, whereas the left side you can't really see. But I was basically bouncing on my right foot after that more controlled shot in the actual tournament. So, yeah, definitely make sure you're following through. You don't want to be just stopping all rotation and everything, because you can probably get injured that way, and that is not what we want. Let's see. Another thing that I noticed, yeah, the nose angle. So one of the main things that I was thinking about during the max distance shot was really forcing that nose angle down. When you're throwing these big shots like this, if you get the nose up, it takes all the distance and speed out of it. So you really want to get that force down to where it's actually aerodynamic. And that goes into the angle of release as well. So as you can see, right there, the controlled shot is a Hyzer shot. I almost always throw Hyzers if I can, just because it's a more consistent release. There's less movement to it. It's more controllable that way. The one on the right, the max distance shot, I'm actually throwing flat or even a little bit of Annie, and a lot more lofted into the sky as well. So I'm trying to get this thing, you know, up in the sky, letting it glide, get on edge, glide down, and then fight back. And yeah, so trying to release a max distance shot on Hyzer. If you try to throw like a flippy disc on Hyzer and have it, you know, do all this left and right, you lose too much distance. Left to right, you want to keep a little bit more of a tight line with like a stable disc. And yeah, so when you're trying to throw up like that, it's really easy to get the nose angle up as well. And so forcing that nose angle down with your wrist is something that I was really thinking about. So to make sure that it would actually get the tone and then hold on that line. And then, so disc choice is another really big one. You have to make sure you get the right stability. Two of the 5 shots that I threw were with really flippy nukes that I thought would be good, but they can't hold up to the power, and then as soon as they get over a little bit, they never want to come back out, and they ended up just landing on edge. So thankfully, my teammate Corey Ellis hooked it up with some Z Light nukes that were like 163 to 166 grams. So a little bit lighter, which, you know, in turn allows me to throw it a little bit faster. If you guys watch my disc comparison video where I compare like lightweight discs versus heavy discs, to see how much difference speed it is. I think it's like 2 miles an hour for every 5 grams. Oh, I think it's like I don't know. It's 1 mile an hour for every 5 grams or something. So I think this Z-Lite one I was probably getting 2 miles an hour extra just because it's a little bit lighter. So that does pay off. Obviously it's not huge, but it does make it a little bit easier, and it also lets the wind take it a little bit more as well. So huge shout out to Corey Ellis. I don't think I would have even scratched the surface of the 679 without these discs, just because the ones that I had were way too flippy. And yeah, these things, they're all sick. So disc choice is definitely huge. Make sure you try out different angles and different stabilities and see what kind of flies the best and gets the most distance. Yeah, so that's the main thing as far as like obviously it's the same. I'm the same person throwing both of these, so it looks mostly similar for the most part, but there's just some kind of subtle, but I feel like key differences that make the disc go a little bit fuller. So you can see like my left arm does the same thing, and timing is basically the same. My knees go together the same, and yeah, so it's basically just kind of powered up basically, and then a little bit lighter and bouncier, and overall faster. But yeah, that is it. I think those are the main things that I notice. One big thing is just it's a Nuke. It's gonna go far, so gotta plug the Nuke a little bit. I would definitely recommend trying them out. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something and it was entertaining and fun to watch. I know I enjoyed kind of comparing these and seeing what I thought I do differently, and I think it can kind of help us understand how to throw distance shots a little bit more efficiently. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Also, I kind of want to try doing a 360, so let me know if you guys would like to see me teach myself how to do a 360 like on video for YouTube. So I think a 360 could be that next step and kind of putting me like over the 700-foot mark and make it a little bit easier to actually win a distance competition. So yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. I should be back to making videos every week, hopefully. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, real quick, one more thing. We just hit 25,000 followers on Instagram, which is absolutely insane. Thanks to anybody who follows me over there. We are actually doing a giveaway on that channel. We're giving away a Travis Matthew polo with the Ezra Aderhold logo. It's a thing we did with OTB. And yeah, you just have to follow me on Instagram, follow OTB Discs, tag a few friends, and you will be entered in a chance to win a sick Travis Matthew polo, kind of like this one, but a little bit different. So yeah, with that being said, thanks again, guys. See you in the next one.